Hi children, good morning. Welcome to our next class. In last class you learned about the difference between wild plants and cultivated plants and how farmers are growing the crops. This all you learned. What are the different steps involved when the food comes to our home? You are very familiar with all these topics. Now we will see the types of crops. What is a crop means when same type of plants grown on a large area known as crops. You can see here a cabbage crop is grown. They are well organized, right? So now in today's class, are all the crops same? Are any difference is there? How, if difference is there, how we are going to differentiate the crops? These all we are going to learn in this chapter. Before knowing that, we'll see the keywords in this chapter. What are the new words you are learning here? We'll see. The first one is horticulture. HORTI, horti, CULTURE, culture, horticulture, meaning practice of growing flowers, fruits and vegetables. Growing all these plants known as horticulture. And the next one is cash crops. CASH, cash, CROPS, crops. Cash crops means crops grown for selling and making a profit. So farmers will sell these crops and they get profit. So such plants are called cash crops. So to understand this, we'll do one small activity here, children. Before knowing this, you can do one small activity. These are cash crops. Fiber and oil seeds are called cash crops. Before this, we'll move on to the activity ones. We'll see the activity. So what you are able to see here in this picture, what you are able to see, these are the cotton balls. They are cotton balls. So how they are coming, how they are different, different type of crop, what purpose farmers are growing them, we'll see now. And the another picture when you see, these are the potatoes and orange crops. So these crops are grown as horticulture crop. Just now you had seen the word horticulture, growing of the crops like fruits, vegetables and flowers known as horticulture crop. And before picture you can see cash crop. These are this crop like cotton, rice and all farmers are growing to get the profit. They will sell this and get the profit. And identify the seeds given here. These are root seeds. These are the rice seeds. And the next one, wheat seeds. These are wheat. And the next one is, these are methi seeds. And these are cumin seeds. And these are groundnut seeds. So there are different types of crops we are growing like rice, wheat and yellow lentils. They are yellow lentils and cumin, groundnut. There are different types of crops. So how they are growing? Are they growing all these crops in same season? No, not at all. To grow these crops, farmers are divided based on the season. Depending on the crop they are growing. Some crops like rice and groundnut need more water for their growth. Some plants, some crops like yellow lentils, wheat and all, these need less amount of water for their growth. So based on that requirement of water and depending on the season, farmers are growing the crops. So now in your activity, what you are going to do after observing this all the charts, now you see this. You need to divide this into, you have to divide, you need to divide them into different groups of crops you need to divide. So here you can see how these crops are categorized as cash crops, horticulture crops and food crops. You can identify by based on this activity. After listening this video, you are able to divide the crops into like food crops, cash crops, horticulture crops, and also we will learn how depending on the season how the crops are divided also we will see. First you listen this video.
Crops can be of different types based on the season in which they are grown and the purpose for which they are grown. Based on seasons, crops can be rainy season crops or winter crops. Based on usage, crops can be food crops, cash crops, or horticultural crops.
So understood children? Based on the seasons they are divided and based on the usage also they are divided. Some are cash crops, some are food crops, some are horticulture crops, some are rain crops and some are winter crops. Right? So the crops which are grown in rainy season, that means it starts from, the rainy season starts from the month of June. So the crops which are grown in rainy season, those crops they will sow the seeds in the month of June and they will harvest this crop in the month of September or October. So these are called rainy season crops. These crops are called rainy season crops. So rainy season crops sown in the month of June and harvested in the month of September. And some crops will grow in winter season which need less water. Rainy season crops need more amount of water. Some crops need less amount of water for their growth. For example, rainy season crops are like rice, cotton and groundnut. They need more amount of water, so they will grow in rainy season. Like peas, like mustards, wheat, those need less amount of water for their growth. So they are called winter season crops. They are sown in the month of October and they are harvested in the month of January or February. So these crops are called winter crops. So winter crops need less amount of water, rainy crops need more amount of water. Now we'll discuss the activity. You had seen cotton balls, you had seen just now orange and different crops, different rice, wheat and yellow lentils, many things you had seen. Based on that, what are the different ways in which crops can be grouped? One is depending on the seasons. Depending on the seasons, they can group the crops. And the other one is depending on the usage. Usage also we can categorize the crops. So these are the two areas we are using to group the crops. Understood? Now we will see crops can be grouped based on the usage. Just now I told you, and they are also grouped on seasons when they are growing. So depending on the usage, they are of three types. One is cash crops. They'll grow these crops to get the profit. By selling those crops, they'll get profit. And horticulture crops like flowers, fruits and vegetables. Growing vegetables, fruits and flowers comes under horticultural crops. And food crops like wheat, like wheat, peas and all comes under food crops. So based on the usage, crops are grouped, and based on the season, crops are also grouped. They are, when they are growing in the rainy season, they are known as rainy season crops. When they grow in winter season, they are known as winter season crops. Understood? Now we will see how are crops grouped based on season and usage. Just now we discussed this, right? Based on the usage, there are three types of crops can be grown. They are food crops, cash crops, horticultural crops. And based on the food crops, examples, grains, pulses. And cash crops examples, fibers like cotton, jute, spices like cumin, oil seeds like mustards are grown. By selling them, farmers earn the money. And horticultural crops example, fruits, vegetables and flowers. So these all are grown to obtain the food for the human beings. So these are the different crops farmers are growing for us. Why are some crops such as rice grown in summer and others such as wheat in winter? Rainy season crops, why they are growing only in the rainy season means they need more amount of water. Different crops need different temperatures and the amount of water. Water is very important. So based on the water, the rice, cotton and groundnut need more water. That's why they'll grow in rainy season. And some crops like wheat, mustard, cumin need less amount of water for their growth, so they can grow in winter season. Understood, children? Now we will see what are the different questions given in worksheet. Once we'll go through that. You come to open your workbook. Page number 20 you open, children. Come to the page number 20. Yes, here you can see what are the different crops. Write the names of commonly used crop products. Use words from the box. You look at the picture. Write the names of commonly used crop products. Use words from the box. So here, what are these products? These are spices. So first one is spices. So take these spices and write here in this box. Okay. And the next one is, next picture shows about grains. Is it grain or not? Yes, it is grain. So second picture you can write as grains. This is the second one. And the next picture you see, these are horticultural crops. They are giving us fruits. And the last one, fiber. We are getting cotton fiber, jute fiber and all from some crops. They are known as fibers. So we are getting fibers from them. Okay, children, you write complete answers and choose the answers from the help box. And the next question, when you go to the next question, read the text and answer the questions. Cotton grown between June to September gives us cotton fiber. Okay, and wheat grown between November to April and gives us wheat grains. Just now I explained you all this. So based on this sentence, you need to answer the questions given below. The first one is, how are the two crops different based on the season in which they are growing? See, these plants, cotton, are known as rainy season crops. So how they are different, he is asking. You can give the difference as the cotton plants can grow in a rainy season. So they are called rainy season crops. And the other one, wheat, and these plants are growing in winter season. So the difference between both of them is only the season. Some plants are growing, rainy crops are growing in rainy season, winter crops are growing in winter season. Based on what they are used for, they are used as food, they are also used as cash crop, and they are also used as horticultural crops. Depending on the usage, they can be. And the last question is, why are crops grown in different seasons? Explain using examples. Why they are growing in the different seasons? Because depending on the usage of water, some crops like rice need more amount of water. They need more water for their growth. So they are grown in rainy season. And crops like wheat need less amount of water for their growth. That's why they are grown in winter season. The only thing is their usage of water. Depending on that, the crops are grown in that particular season. Understood, children? Now we will see what are the questions, workbook questions and practice questions given in this. We will see once. So you come to the page number 30, textbook page number 30 you come, and we can find out the answers for practice questions. Here one matching is given, grains, you need to identify the grains from the A and B, you can name it as A and B. So is mustard a grain? No. Rice is a grain? No. Turmeric, is rice is grain or not? Yes it is. So you can draw the line from grain to rice. And mustard is spice or turmeric is spice? Turmeric is used as spice and mustard is oil seed. Okay, now the next one, how are crops grouped based on seasons? This just now I explained you. This answer you can write in your classwork, children. And the third one, apple and orange plants need low temperatures to grow fast. Which is a suitable season to grow them, and why do you say so? As you know, plants are the crops which need less amount of water. Those all can be grown in winter season. In winter season, the rains are less, so they can use the rainwater, and they need anyhow for growing less water. That's why they can be grown in winter season. So write the second one, third one in your notebook, children. At the same time, complete your worksheet, page number 20. Thank you.